The normal, have. Well, no, there are four different ways to talk in past. Normal way, finished actions. I visited, I went, I did. We are talking in past. Then we have interrupted actions. I was doing this when something happened. Previous lessons. Also, we have periods of time. I have done, have you ever, how have you been, I have visited, I have played, I have eaten, I have done. This is a new structure and uses auxiliary had in past plus the verb in past participle form. So let's practice with one of the verbs. Let's say, for example, the verb do. What is the past participle for the verb do?
Done.
Nice. So we can talk about had done, for example. And this is different to have done. This is not the same when you use have in present. This is very different. The word had done is used in a sequence. And you need to think in levels of past. For example, you have verbs in present. In present, I do. Then, when you are talking about a period of time, a present that started in the past, for example, teaching English to me, I have done these classes for a period of time. This is technically present. Then we have the past, I did. And then before did, before the verb did, we have the expression have done. So check this out. If you put it in the time, this is the time that I try to represent. This is the present. The present is here. Every day, I do exercise, for example. Every day, I do exercise at 11 o'clock. Period. I have done exercise for 5 years. 5 consecutive years. This is a period of time. In the past, I did exercise. I did exercise when I lived in Querétaro. I did exercise in my previous schedule. I did exercise yesterday, for example. Simple past. But before I did exercise at the gym, I had done exercise in my house. I repeat, before I did exercise at the gym, I had done exercise at my house. This is an action in the past that happened before another action in the past. We are not talking about periods of time. We are talking about past before past. Connecting the word before with color yellow because before is a connector. I had done something before I did something. This morning, for example. We are talking about sequence. Sequence. Do you understand sequence?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Well, past before past gives sequence. to the conversation. I can understand sequence thanks to the had done. Thanks to the had done, I understand what happened first. So probably this is a little bit difficult to understand with the verb do. Let's practice with a different verb. Let's practice, for example, with the verb be. In present, I am an English teacher in this moment. In my life, periods of time, I have been an English teacher for 12 years. I was an English teacher in different schools. I was an English teacher before becoming independent. I was an English teacher in a very popular English school in Mexico. But I had been in small schools before that school, before I was in that popular school. I had been in small schools before I was in the popular big school in Mexico. What do you understand? What you don't understand?
I have one question.
Mhm.
Do we need to use the first one pass then um, and then the other type of past? I don't know. Can we use, could we use had been, but not with like a comparative
Very
or
good question.
do,
Very good question. You
okay,
cannot. You cannot.
okay.
Very
It's
good.
only okay, only in comparative moment or action. I don't know.
Yes, because you need the past reference first. If you don't have a past reference, I cannot use a second level of past because I don't understand why it's necessary to say before, you know?
Okay, but I have more questions. Sorry.
Sure.
Could we use another connector um, instead of before?
Sure. After. But
How?
this will be more complicated. First, let's dominate the sequence and then I tell you
Okay,
the options. Okay?
perfect, perfect. I another question, but I forgot the other question. Mm,
Hopefully you can remember the question in a moment.
okay,
Meanwhile,
perfect.
let's
Thank
use
you.
some examples. Let's check, for example, tell me about your career, tell me about your job, your occupations. What are you? How long have you been that? What were you? And what have you been before that? Let's talk about that. Let's start with your curriculum. Karen, let's begin with you. What are you today?
I am a housekeeping manager.
Perfect. At where? Probably it can help you
Eh,
talking about the companies.
Okay, I am a housekeeping manager at the Airbnb Cocoon, and also I am sorry, uh, I don't remember how do you say. in English is subgerente is assistant, right?
No, that's a vice manager.
Okay, and I am as manager for operation hotel.
Okay. Mhm. Hotel operations.
Hotel operation, yes.
Hotel operations. Exactly. So you are working at a hotel. You need to speak English with American people and visitors, no?
Yes, yes.
That's correct. How long have you been a vice manager at Cocoon?
I have been again. How do you say, please?
Sure. How long have you been a vice manager at Cocoon?
Vice manager. Okay, I have been a vice manager for 6 months in Cocoon.
Nice. Connector for companies, Karen?
2 at Cocoon.
At.
Sorry, yes.
Two at.
2
Yes.
at.
That's correct.
Okay.
Next. What were you before?
I was an assistant manager in different hotels like
Watch out.
Presidente Hotel. Okay.
Oh, watch out. Adjectives cannot be plural. You cannot say difference.
Okay. I was an assistant manager in different hotels.
Connectors for different hotels,
Um,
companies. Again,
in at different hotels.
eliminate in. One more time.
Okay. I was an assistant manager at different hotels.
Perfect. Like.
Like Las Hadas Manzanillo,
Mhm.
also Presidente Intercontinental, and Holiday Inn Plaza Universidad in Mexico and in Manzanillo.
Cool. Very nice. So what happened before? Let's imagine Presidente Continental. Your reference was Presidente Continental. What
Yes.
happened first?
I was
Mexico City or Manzanillo?
before Manzanillo.
Okay, so you can use the word had been to speak about Manzanillo before Presidente Continental.
Okay, so I was an receptionist.
Eliminate I was, because you are talking
Ah,
about before you were in Presidente Continental,
okay.
you
Had been. I had been.
exactly.
Okay.
This had been represents a past before the past.
Okay. Before the past. Okay.
Correct. Because in this
Okay.
moment, you are not in Presidente Continental, you're in a different,
Yes.
you see? So had been is past before another action in the past. It's a second level of past.
Okay. More past.
Aha, correct. Past there.
Past. Yes. Faster.
No, the word doesn't exist.
Okay. So
Okay.
I have been a receptionist
Mhm.
at different hotels like Manzanillo and Pachuca Hidalgo.
Before,
Before I was a
exactly.
manager assistant in Presidente Intercontinental,
Exactly. Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Exactly, milady. That's correct. You
Uh,
had been a receptionist in Manzanillo before you were in Presidente Continental.
okay.
That is the application of had been.
Okay. Okay, teacher.
You see? So attention, Karen, don't confuse with have. Okay? Have
Okay.
is very different. Having present is structure 6 for periods.
Okay, this is had. I had
This is
been.
had.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
I had been. Okay.
Nice. You are going to see the application in the future classes. But this, I know that this is new. I know that this sounds strange, but hashtag English people, welcome to intermediate English.
It's more difficult, teacher.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Don't worry. This is the first lesson only. With practice and practice and practice, this will become easy.
Okay.
Tell us about your curriculum, Rox. I want to know about your history.
Okay, teacher. I don't know if it's the correct name. Coordinator. No, manager. Project manager. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a project manager at Biosman.
What kind of manager can you repeat?
What?
What kind of manager are you?
I'm in Spanish is coordinador de proyectos.
Ah, yes, project manager.
Okay, I'm project manager at Biosman.
Okay. Mhm. How
Um,
long?
I have been
Mhm,
a project manager
mhm.
for 1 year. I was I was engineer in other department
When
in
you
the
talk about
area
areas, you can say it's better to say area
area.
because department is more like Liverpool, for example.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I was a engineer in other area, and I had been a student before I was an engineer at Biosman.
Nice. Correct. Exactly. You have been a student. What was your university study?
In Pachuca, there is a Universidad Politécnica de Pachuca.
No, your major. I mean the study, the subject,
I'm biomedical engineer.
biomedical engineer. Okay.
Yes.
So when you talk about uh, being at the university, you don't say in English student. The name is I was a biomedical engineer.
Okay.
And let me give you a dictionary. Beep, boop, boop, beep. Beep, bop, beep, boop. Major. Major, but as a noun. Major. Look at this. The main subject or course of a student at college or university.
Okay, major.
Uh-huh. So you
I
say
I've been a
incomplete.
major. I've been
Incomplete auxiliary.
um I had because I was a
A
contraction.
contracting. Okay. 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 Sorry.
I've been a major
What type of major?
or a biomedical engineer major.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
correct. I've been a biomedical engineer major
Major.
before you.
Before no, before I was engineer at Biosman.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Rocks. That's correct. Welcome to English, Jesus. So literally is the next level. It's literal the next level. You dominate have been, perfect. You dominate was where, perfect. Let's pass to the next, had been. New structures. Fantastic. You can use the verb be for not only for professions, you can use it for locations, for example. Where are you? Where have you been? Where were you? And where had you been before? Let's practice with Yamil. Where are you right now?
I am in my house, apartment.
Amazing. Yes, of course. If you say, okay, if you're going to start with I am in my apartment, then you are going to talk about your day.
How? Oh,
I repeat, if you start talking about your apartment, like your house, you are going to talk about your day because you are talking about your. I want to practice about your past. So
okay.
if you say
Today,
uh-huh,
in this moment, I am in my apartment.
perfect. So the rest of the things is about your
Okay.
day, okay? So how long have you been in your apartment right now?
And like hours. I don't know the question.
Yes.
Okay. I have been like 3 hours. I have been 3 hours in my apartment today.
Yes. You have been in your apartment 3 hours. Eliminate today. Let's say connector for periods of time. Do you
Okay.
remember?
No, I don't remember. Sorry.
Okay, let's open the structures handbook. Oh, structures. No.
Where is the structure, please?
Stop. Periods of time. Look at this.
Okay.
Periods of time, you have yet, already, for, since, during, and so far. The only one that is a connector is for.
Okay. 4.
During is a connector too. You can use during, and that's it. So for
Okay.
how long have you been at home?
Okay. I have been in my apartment for 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
Um,
Correct. Where were you before?
I was on the I don't remember the name, but coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Were you on the coffee shop, like flying?
I don't know, in.
Exactly, you were in again.
Okay, I was in I was working in the
Sorry.
coffee shop.
Okay, when you speak about locations, you don't use in.
I don't know. Okay,
Connector for location, come on.
at the coffee.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry. I was working at the coffee shop.
Exactly. And where had you been before you were working at the coffee shop?
I have been in my apartment before I was in the coffee shop.
Exactly. That's correct.
Perfect.
I know. It's extensive. It's extensive. In this moment, we are practicing with only the verb be, but you can alternate other verbs. And you can
So,
say, for example, yes.
I have one question. If we are using different periods for explain this or for practice. But when we are talking with had been, if we talk before using was or were, bueno, this period, can we eliminate I don't know how to say. Can we say I had been in my apartment and before? O sea,
Only
como-
before.
only before because I explained
Mhm.
before the other part, or I need to.
Sure. Sure. In a normal conversation, if you know how to give context and the person has a context, then it's not necessary to repeat the context.
Okay.
Constantly, you know?
This for the for
Uh-huh.
this is the class.
Of course. This is for
Okay.
for
It's
example,
perfect. So
you know. But in a
great.
normal conversation, if I started with the was here. If I started with the was, I was in San Juan del Rio and I studied my high school there and I moved to Querétaro. But before I moved to Querétaro, I had been in San Juan del Rio for 10 years.
Okay,
So,
and this was another question. You could use before before
exactly.
the word
Yes,
before. You could use before the had been
they
or
had
had.
been. Because
Okay.
the sequence is provided by had. Thanks to had, I understand what happened first.
Okay.
So you can say before, after, for, any other, since, any other connector. You only need to keep the person in the correct time.
Okay. Perfect.
Don't lose the time. And this is necessary because if you only say was and was and was and was and was, I get confused. Well, what
Okay.
happened first? You know? Rocky Balboa fought Ivan Drago, and Rocky Balboa fought Apollo Creed. What happened first? Apollo or Ivan Drago? I don't know.
Mhm.
There is no reference.
Okay.
You see?
But if you use before the word before,
This is super confusing. If I say Rocky Balboa, simple past, everything in simple past. Rocky fought Ivan Drago before he fought Apollo Creed. Look at this, eh? This is super interesting. What happens if I say Rocky fought Ivan Drago before he fought Apollo Creed and you colocate a comma here or a period? Rocky fought Ivan Drago before he fought Apollo Creed. I'm still confused. I don't know what happened first. Rocky fought Ivan Drago before he fought Apollo Creed. Or I say before that, comma, he fought Apollo Creed. That can be the only way you can understand what happened first. If you say
okay.
that, but only like that. And even then, you can confuse the person.
Okay.
I am confused because I don't understand the first time you said fought. The second time you said fought. So this is not the important part. You know? Look at this. Let's change the word before and let's use the word after. Rocky fought Ivan Drago after he fought Apollo Creed. What happened first?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's a problem. That's exactly the problem. Spoiler alert. First, he fought Apollo Creed. This is the correct form.
Okay, but I sorry, teacher.
Mhm.
But if we use after, well, we need to eliminate the, how do you say, comma? Sorry.
Not necessarily.
No.
It depends on the text. That is a different role. Now we are talking about writing.
Okay, but
Uh-huh.
after is next. In this case, I don't know if I understand the first sentence after he had felt, because he had is before, no, or I am confusing.
That's the reason I tell you that the connector is not the important part.
Okay.
That's not the important part. You can say the same sentence using after or before, and there is no difference thanks to this.
Okay.
You see?
Yes.
That's the importance about had.
Okay. Perfect.
Hashtag English.
Hashtag
Hashtag.
data.
That's it, people. Rox, Karen, Jesse, do you understand this sentence?
I have a question. We can use have or no, sorry, after or before,
Uh-huh.
and how do you say? With have,
Correct.
but if we use both for both options, we don't change the meaning.
Nope.
No.
Surprise. Thinks that's the power of the hat. That's a big power of hat. Thanks to hat, I understand what happened first.
I need to uh, understand
Mhm.
well because it's confusing.
Sure. Sure. What part? The connector is the one that is confusing. Don't confuse. Don't confuse after versus after that. This is different. I think that's the important part. Let's make this smaller. Don't confuse after versus after that. If you say, have you seen Rocky? Or do we need visual reference? I think we need visual reference, no? Okay. Rocky 1. Rocky Balboa. This is the first Rocky. Come on. I cannot copy paste. Jesus Christ, my Lord. Okay. Here we go. This movie happened in 1976. Rocky versus Apollo. Then the second movie is, no, the second is also Apollo, so it's Rocky 3. This is another actor, and the name of this guy is, I don't remember. Let's take another actor. I don't remember this guy. This one. This happened in 1981. So here are the examples. It's different to say after versus after that. And I will tell you what. Rocky fought Apollo, then he fought Drago. Do we agree that what happened first, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I say Rocky fought Apollo, after that, he fought Drago, this is the same sentence. But if I use Rocky fought Apollo after he fought Drago, this sentence is incorrect because I am saying that Drago happened first, thanks to after. The word after is affecting the order of the verbs. And this is the one that gets me confused.
Why? Because after is, in this case, the second fight.
Correct. After is talking about as a different sequence. I have my breakfast after I wake up. Only after puts the second action first.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean?
Isn't, how did you say, literally?
It's literal. Exactly.
Isn't literally.
It's
Because,
not.
because after, sorry, is después. Rocky fight Apollo after he fought Drago.
Okay.
Yes?
Exactly. It's not literal.
Okay,
Because-
okay.
Because even in Spanish, you need a period. En español necesitaríamos poner un punto y aparte. Rocky peleó con Apolo, después peleó con Drago. Ahí hay un punto.
Yes.
But in English, this is not a separate action. If you separate the idea, you need to say Rocky fought Apollo, period, and then he fought Drago. Este sí es
Ah.
después.
Okay, sí.
You see?
Entendí. Okay.
That's the difference between Spanish and English. It's different to say, technically is, after is not similar to after that.
Okay.
That's the premise. Ajá. Hashtag English, no?
Yes, teacher.
I know. I understand, my people. Let me fact check the movie because I don't think it was 1981. Uy, almost 1985. It was very close. That's it. Questions, Karen? Are you confused or do you understand?
No, teacher, I am confused.
Excellent. Tell
Yes.
me, what's the problem?
For me, for example, what is the wrong for the Rocky fought Apollo after he fought Drago? And why is the wrong? Because I don't understand what is the wrong, just the comma.
No, it's not just a comma. It is also, that's normal, that's normal.
Yes,
In this case, after is a connector talking about two different sequences. After actually is similar to before.
okay. Okay, and for the dates, it's wrong, right?
Exactly. And for the dates is wrong because first it happened, Apollo happened.
Okay.
And then the other one was the breakfast, the example of the breakfast.
Okay.
I have my breakfast after I wake up.
Okay.
What happens first?
First, it's Apollo, no?
No, in my example of the breakfast.
I don't know.
I repeat, I have
Yes.
my breakfast after I wake up.
Okay. First, it's wake up.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's impossible that I have my breakfast before waking up, no?
Yes. Okay.
That's the application of after.
Okay. I understand right now.
Now
Yes.
you get it, right?
Yes.
The only way is to use after that. After that is the way you can organize the order.
Okay, in this case, after that, this is correct because this is after that, wake up, breakfast. You take your breakfast, no? Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yes, I think that's it. I understand better.
After and before are a massive deal. And that's the reason it's very, very difficult to use only the verb in past. Because if you use only the verb in past, you don't have a reference in after or before. What happens if I tell you, oh, sorry, Rocky fought Apollo. Rocky had fought Apollo before he fought Drago, or after. Thanks to the had, now this is correct. Now we can understand that this happened first because I have had thought first.
Okay.
That's the application of had.
Oh, in this case, it's correct because we use had thought.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly. Thanks to the had.
Okay.
We can use both options.
You can use both options.
It will be correct.
Exactly. Technically, yes. You can also switch it. Switch both. Rocky fought Drago, or he had fought. Before or after, you can use both.
The words are
Weird.
I don't understand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's alphabet. We know it. We don't know.
It is advanced. No, don't worry. It was a glitch. Rocky fought Drago after or before he had fought Apollo. I switched the had to the second part. What about the last one?
Is the same meaning? The same.
It's the same meaning. I only switched the had to the second part.
Yes. Oh,
So the how do you say how do you say clave, como la clave o
The key.
the key? The key is had and the verb in past
Participle.
participle. Yes, this is the key in this case.
In all the cases when you are speaking in past.
Okay.
If you want the other person to understand you, you need to keep the person in correct context. And had helps you with the sequence.
Okay. Perfect.
So of course, you probably think the important part is memorize verbs in past participle because they will be super, super necessary. So that is, you have the structures handbook, the key, the help in the structures handbook. Keep it in mind. Okay.
Tomorrow we will. How do you say? We will.
Continue.
Yeah, with this topic.
Sure. Of course, this is only
Okay.
the introduction.
Okay, because it's not too clear to me.
Oh, yes, yes. There's a lot of conversation to make with this. There is a lot of examples that you can come up with. Don't worry, we continue with it.
Okay, teacher. Yes.
Awesome. Well, in this moment, go and watch Rocky versus Apollo. Beautiful movie. Friendship wins all the fights. Fantastic. Cheers. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
See
See you
you.
guys.
see
Bye-bye.
you, teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You too. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.